Ever since electric cars started becoming a bit of a thing in the previous decade, one of the questions I'm most frequently asked is, when will there be an affordable electric car? Here's one. It's the Fiat 500e. It's actually existed in Europe for several years. Now it's being sold in North America. Let's take it for a drive today. Get in. This is Family Wheels.
Here's the adorable smiling face of the 500e. Granville Island Market is the backdrop. You'll make us smile by giving Family Wheels a like. Your likes keep the channel charged up. Subscribe and click the little bell for notifications. Thoughts about the 500e? I'm sure they're polite and well-reasoned, so leave a comment. Thanks. On sale in Europe for 4 years, and it has proven itself over there. And while it looks like previous 500s, it's actually quite a bit different. Yes, there is the much cuter face up front, but it's really what's underneath that counts, and that is a dedicated electric vehicle platform. They didn't take a gas engine vehicle and just slap some batteries in it. Let's take the 500e through a quick right-left and see how it turns. Now, you see, that's what you want out of an urban car. So on a sweeping S-curve like this, fairly bumpy road, does a pretty good job. Bit of understeer, well, quite a bit of understeer because it's front-wheel drive only. This car does not feel as small on the inside, driving it, as it looks from the outside. Here we are at highway speed. Highway noise is very well controlled considering, again, the size of the vehicle. So if you had this vehicle as a runabout, but your running about included a fair bit of freeway driving, it wouldn't really be a problem in my book. One issue we have in the 500e is an exaggerated version of what you sometimes get with very small vehicles and an internal combustion engine, and that is torque steer. When you apply the power, it makes the car want to do this. The electric motor provides so much more torque and brings it on so quickly. However, I have driven front-wheel drive electric cars that do not have this same level of torque steer. The 500e has a 42 kilowatt hour battery, and from that you get just 117 horsepower and 162 pound-feet of torque. And that sounds absolutely terrible and basically useless, but that's not the case, particularly seeing as we have electric torque at our disposal. And so let's take the vehicle up one of our steeper hills here in Vancouver and see what the pep is like. No matter what the measured 0 to 100k or 0 to 60 mile an hour times are, and they're not spectacular, the feeling of the car, especially in an urban setting, very peppy indeed. The estimated range of the 500e is 227 kilometers or 141 miles. When I started up the vehicle, fully charged, in fact, I got a reading of 226. That estimate seems to be right on. But of course, everything depends on your right foot. The 500e has 3 drive modes. One is called normal, and that's where you're basically simulating how an internal combustion engine vehicle would behave. There is Sherpa, which is the one that shuts down your HVAC and other energy users so that you can get to a charging station as fast as possible. And then there's the mode that really you should leave it in all the time. It's called range. That's because you get one pedal driving. Just like that at the stop sign. It's really an excellent implementation of using regenerative braking to create one pedal driving. Let's take the Fiat 500e down our neighborhood bumpy road with its potholes, patches, speed bumps. That's actually quite good. And the car is solidly put together as well. On city streets or on the highway, the 500e is really comfortable for the front seat passengers. There's a lot of room, and particularly there's a lot of headroom as well. Another aspect that's easy to overlook, and that is the height. We're fairly high up for such a small vehicle. You know, a lot of subcompact cars are quite low to the ground, and that leaves a number of drivers feeling uncomfortable. Well, you don't get that here. It's nice that the base version of the 500e has heated front seats. However, it does not have a heated steering wheel. I find that to be quite an omission. You have to up-spec it to get that. The 500e definitely seems marketed at a younger demographic. You can tell that in the range of colors, options that are offered, the fact that it is electric. The real grabber in that is the connectivity. Here in the center we have the Stellantis Uconnect version 5 infotainment system, and it's a very good one indeed. There's wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and a wireless charging pad right in the center of the dash. Well, the Italians are masters at design, aren't they? And the interior of the 500e shows that. We have this really nice body color matching dashboard. This is plastic, by the way, but it looks great. The doors are like a power release, and in the upholstery there's the name Fiat, 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 Fiat over and over, a repeating pattern. In the upper trims you can get a cream colored upholstery. That's very nice. Here at this level it's black with red trim.
It should be obvious that our rear-facing child seat, the kind that takes up the most room, will not fit in the back of the Fiat 500. Just getting it into the back seat area would be an impossibility. But there's good news for families, even with a small car like this. There's a full set of latch-style tethers back there, one for each side, and you could easily fit a forward-facing child seat back there. Up front, of course, my knees are almost against the glove box door. Still reasonably comfortable for such a small car.
Well, it shouldn't come as a surprise that there is very little room for adults in the back of the Fiat 500e. Now, the front seat is set up for me. I'm 5 feet 11 inches tall, 180 centimeters. My knees are just short of the glove box door. And here in the back, well, actually, I do fit. I mean, for a short ride, this would work. Children up to, what, maybe 10, 11 years old, and they don't need child seats, they'd be fine back here.
A car this small isn't going to be the choice for the majority of drivers, especially here in North America where we like them big. But the Fiat 500e is a small car that actually has a lot to offer. What do you think? Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman, and I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.